Hi fans, and welcome to this Week 3 edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. Last Friday night, Woodland Hills traveled to Bethel Park. It was a sloppy football game, but the Wolverines prevailed 33-31. This week, the Wolverines open up their home schedule against the Shaler Titans here at the Wolverena. We're going to sit down with Woodland Hills head coach George Novak to review last week's victory over Bethel Park, preview this Friday night's game against the Titans, and we'll also let you see highlights of last Friday night's game. All of that and more on the pregame show here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Woodland Hills enters Week 2 ranked number 1 in the WPIAL after their 27-0 victory at Peters Township. Meanwhile, the Blackhawks were shut out by Central Catholic 41-0 at Carnegie Mellon University in Week 1. The Wolverines return to the South Hills for another pivotal game in the Southeastern Conference at Bethel Park Stadium. Russian man from left to right is Pryor. Matheny, he'll roll to his right. Has a man open. That is Pryor. He'll catch it at the goal line and step into the end zone. Snap a little low. The point after touchdown is blocked by the Wolverines. It's big Daniel Gibson who gets in there. He'll hand off to Miles Sanders, who runs to his left. Across the 20, the 25 still on his feet. 30, 40, 50, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. End zone, touchdown, Miles Sanders, and the Wolverines strike back like lightning. Miles Sanders goes 86 yards for the touchdown. Trips to the right, one receiver to the near side left. He'll run the draw, and Pryor is hit as soon as he takes the handoff. Kevin Solomon just absolutely knocked Pryor on his can. Handoff, Joel Shaw, he lost the handle, and Bethel Park says they got on the football. Matheny off a play action, rolls left, dumps it off. Wide open is Minton in the flat. Minton inside of the 25, inside of the 15. Minton dots that offset eye. The pass to the near sideline. A one-handed catch for a touchdown by Jacob Dixon. Shotgun formation. Matheny runs to his right. They'll release the football, and it's batted away. Tight end to the right of the formation. Matheny off the play action. The pass is complete. It's a Bethel Park first down. In motion from left to right. Hand off to the fullback. The ball is loose. There's a massive humanity for it. But it seems like Bethel Park may be the party that comes out of the pile with the football. No, it's the Wolverines! Jones in the shotgun, trips left. He'll roll left. He'll throw it straight down the field. The pass is batted away. Leaping up and swatting that football away for Bethel Park was Teron Murphy. Moves it to Pryor, who catches it at the 38-yard line. They'll run to his left. Fuel with the initial contact. The ball is punched loose. And it looked like Bethel Park may be the beneficiary of this fumble as the ball was fumbled forward. The body's unpiled. And somehow, Stephen Rickert was at the bottom of the pile. Jeremiah Jones looked for the delay handoff to Miles Sanders. The ball goes to the carpet. 1st and 10 for Bethel Park with the ball at the Woodland Hills 41. Matheny looking for the home run pass. And Visco retreating, slaps the ball to the far boundary. Matheny off of play action, rolls to his left. Steps forward, he'll be hit, he'll be wrapped, and he will be sacked. Matheny throws to the near side to Keontae Pryor. And the Wolverines were all over that one. Good snap. Jones has time. A little bit of happy feet here for Jones. And he will dump it off to the near sideline where it's complete to Stephon Hawthorne. Trips to the right of the formation. Jones has time as he rolls to his right-hand side. Jones will step up now. Still on his feet. Inside of the 45. There goes Jeremiah Jones, 40, 35, 30. Picks up a block, 25, 20 to the 15. Another block to the 5. Inside of the pylon for a touchdown. And Jeremiah Jones somehow escapes black jersey after black jersey and takes it 44 yards to the house. The touchdown to give the Wolverines a 2-point lead. And Leon's PAT is blocked. Handoff to Minton. Minton still on his feet. 1st down yardage and more, and he will be brought down by Jordan Lee as McGinnis crabs from left to right. Play action, dump off to Minton in the flat to the far boundary. Minton 1st down yardage and more. Long handoff to Keontae Pryor, and what a shed of a block there by Damon Johnson. Matheny's going to hand off to Minton, and Minton is met in the backfield by Kevin Solomon. Fullback grabs to the right. Matheny off of play action. Throws the football open, and catching that football is Christopher Papalia. And Papalia is finally brought down along that far boundary. Snap a little high. The kick is up. That kick carrying right, but it is good. Jones rolls to his left. Pressured, hit, lost the football. Bethel Park dives on the football at the 25-yard line. Matheny off of play action, retreating, hit by McVeigh and Wilford Clark, and driven into the carpet. And now we'll see Matheny come on and pooch punt this one away. Wow, what a beauty by Matheny. Hand off, Miles Sanders bouncing it left, cutting it back right. He retreats into the end zone. This will depend on the officials' ruling, and they will say that it was a safety. Minton takes the handoff from Matheny, bouncing it right, and he'll be brought down. Low snap. Matheny dropping back, pressure. Runs to his left, spun down. Handoff, Joel Shaw, he lost the football. Handoff, Minton. Ball comes loose. Daniel Gibson jumps on it, but they say that Minton was across the goal line prior to the ball coming loose. Trips left. Jones throws. Tompkins complete on the screen. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Down the near sideline. There goes Art Tompkins all the way to the house on the screen pass. Jones throws left, looking for Miles Sanders. Snap goes over the head of the punter. Retreating is the punter. Papalia threw the football forward. It's loose on the floor. Do the Wolverines fall on it? Will it be a touchdown or a safety? It's a touchdown. Woodland Hills is on top by 1 point. Jones runs right. He's going to tuck. He's going to run. He's going to break the goal line. And Woodland Hills is on top by 3. Trip to the right of the formation. Matheny's going to dump it off across the middle. That pass is complete to Jake Lewis. Matheny drops back, hands off. Play made in the backfield. Knifing through and making the tackle 2 yards deep was Laquan Bowden. Sanders behind Jones. The timing is not correct on the play. Jones lost the football. It's scooped up by Bethel Park. And to the house will go a Bethel Park Blackhawk. Picking up the fumble and running into the end zone is Charlie Davis. What is relevant is Woodland Hills has 90 seconds to try to get this lead back. Art Tompkins runs right, cuts forward. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 15, 10, 5, end zone. Art Tompkins takes it all the way. The snap by Ricker. Leon's kick is up and it's blocked by Bethel Park. Tight end to the left. Matheny rolling near side. Hit hard by Adam McVeigh, but Matheny escapes. But he will not escape. Kevin Solomon. Matheny straight drop back. He's hit. The ball is loose. And I think Woodland Hills recovered it. It doesn't matter. The Wolverines will have the football inside of the Bethel Park 5 with 26 seconds to play. And it's all but elementary here at Bethel Park High School. Again, far from perfect here at Bethel Park High School, but the Woodland Hills Wolverines overcome adversity on many different occasions. And Art Tompkins steals the show on 2 different occasions to help the Woodland Hills Wolverines defeat the Bethel Park Blackhawks 33-31. Woodland Hills will take on the Shaler Titans next Friday night at the Wolverena.
We are the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Since 1987, we've been a part of some of the most electrifying football games in Western Pennsylvania, and we've established a national reputation of excellence. Whether you're a former player, a Woody High alum, a parent, or a fan, you're part of our Wolverine family. And now you can join us by becoming a part of our new booster club, the Wolverine Nation. Visit WHFBA.org and see how your donation can help our student athletes while earning you unique benefits. We're more than just a booster club. We are the Wolverine Nation.
Hi again, fans, and welcome back to this Week 3 edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. Adam Gusky here, sitting down with Woodland Hills head coach George Novak. And Coach Novak, before we talk about this week's game against the Shaler Titans and your home opener at the Wolverena, let's take a look back to last Friday night's win at Bethel Park. It was the most sloppy while simultaneously entertaining football game I may have ever seen.
Yeah, it was a unique game for us. turnovers are probably the biggest determining factor in winning and losing a football game, and we stress it to our players all the time. We broke the Woodland Hills record for turnovers. We had 6 turnovers in that football game, and with 6 turnovers, you don't win too many football games. But like you said, on the other side, it was very exciting. We had a lot of explosive plays, but the ball went both ways. The lead changed, I think, 8 times during the game, which was phenomenal. And you know, our kids, I think the biggest thing about the game for us, they never gave up and they kept playing even after the turnovers. They stuck together and found a way to win.
One player that never hung his head was Jeremiah Jones, and that ended up paying off. Not only did he run for a touchdown, but he also threw the screen pass for a touchdown, even though he fumbled the ball 3 times.
You know, we got to work on his ball security, but he did make some big plays on the run, and he hit Art in the flat on the screen pass. And Art took it 60-some yards for a touchdown. He made a nice run. He had real nice blocks by Miles Sanders and Stephon Hawthorne, and he split him and ran for the touchdown. Made a great run, used his speed. That was a big play, and Jeremiah got the 2-point conversion for us too.
Let's stay on the subject of Jeremiah Jones. He gave his verbal commitment to West Virginia over the weekend.
Kind of a shocker because he went down to visit them on Saturday. He enjoyed the game. They offered him a scholarship, and he came back, and we just found out he was offered on Sunday. They offered him when he was down there, and Sunday night, I guess he called him up and committed to him. And you know, he likes the program. He likes what's going on down there. He's an athlete. Feels he fits into what they're doing, and they're excited about him and the potential that he has.
3 Wolverines that went there ended up going to the NFL in some fashion or another, so that's not a bad lineage out of West Virginia.
No, I think West Virginia is a fine program, just as Pitt is or Penn State. They all have fine football programs and good coaching staffs, and you know, I'm proud. You know, to be honest with you, 20 years ago, I didn't like kids committing early till after their senior season, but times have changed in college football. They go after the junior class and the sophomore class. It's crazy the way things go.
Coach, let's talk about Art Tompkins. Yet again, he stole the show. 2 touchdowns, both in crucial situations.
Yeah, he's a guy that got to have the ball in his hands. He's just a great athlete, has great speed, good football knowledge. You know, he plays both sides of the ball. He's on all the special teams. He's our big playmaker.
Miles Sanders, yet again, as consistent as can be. 2 weeks, he has about 200 yards on the year.
I think he has maybe 200 yards for the year, but I think he has over 300 yards called back, 2 touchdowns and over 300 yards in 2 weeks called back because of penalties. And you know, it's tough on him because you know he likes to, like any other kid, likes to get stats, but you know, he's humble and he keeps working hard. He's one of our harder workers.
Let's talk about the defense. For the 2nd week in a row, the defensive line was absolutely dominant.
They were able to crack a few plays on us in a couple traps and off-tackle plays, but second half we shut them down. I think totally they had like 64 yards rushing on us, 143 passing. You know, they had more yards, but you count the sacks as losses, it averaged out to 64 yards. So it wasn't bad. I think they were faced with a lot of adversity in field position, turned the ball over 6 times. That gives them a lot more times. We only had 31 plays on offense. They had 64. So if you tell anybody you had 6 fumbles, 31 plays, and the other team had 64 plays, you wouldn't think that you won a football game. But you know, somehow kids find a way to win it, and they did a great job. Give a lot of credit to the special teams. You know, they got us 2 touchdowns, one on the punt where we bobbled in the end zone, the other one on the kickoff return with 1:30 to go.
Well, Coach, after 2 straight road games, I'm sure you're happy to return back to the Wolverena for your home opener, and you step out of conference to do so.
We're like the road warriors this year. We got 5 away games, tough away games. You know, our next one's at St. Clair, and then we got to go to Mount Lebanon and West Allegheny. None of them are easy, and it's nice to finally get home and play at the Wolverena, and you know, get to work on some things that we need to work on. We get 2 home games in a row, so you know, that'll get our spirits back to where it should be.
Talk about the opportunity to have a little bit less pressure taking on a team that's not in the Southeastern Conference.
First time in a long time we've been 2-0 at the beginning of the season. You know, last year we were 0-2, and you know, our heads were down, and kids got picked up, and they started going 1-10 in a row. But you know, this year we're still starting a lot slower than I wanted, but we're going to get better every week.
Talk about the Shaler Titans.
Everybody underestimated Bethel Park because they lost to Central. And, you know, Bethel played offensively like we played against them, and Central Catholic has a dominating defense, and they're very good. And nobody gave Bethel credit for their defense, and Central didn't get 100 yards rushing against them, against Bethel either, because Bethel's defense is good. Shaler's defense is young. They got a new defense. Kids play hard. Defensively, they played pretty well against Central last week. I thought they had a pretty good game plan. Central didn't rush the ball that much on them. They threw the ball and got some special teams touchdowns. You know, right now Central's winning with their special teams and defense, and their offense is going to develop like ours as the season goes on.
For the first 2 weeks, Coach, we talked about some of the Woodland Hills alumni that are playing in college. Let's talk about some of the guys in the NFL. Rob Gronkowski had a big game returning to the NFL after a season-long injury a year ago. And, of course, Rontez Miles and Darren Walls are both on the Jets roster again.
Now, we're real proud of all three of those guys, and Rob getting back in there. He got his first touchdown this year. You could see him and Brady celebrating in the end zone afterwards. They were both excited, and I'm sure Brady's excited to have him back in the program. You know, Rontez and Darren Walls are both doing well with the Jets, and Ryan Mundy's with the Chicago Bears having a good start.
Talked about Ryan Mundy over the summer with Kevin Colbert. I told him how disappointed I was that the Steelers let him go.
Yeah, he was our hometown guy, you know, but you know, things worked out better for him financially and contract-wise, so you know, it was a good move for him. It's tough to lose him out of Pittsburgh because he was doing good.
Coach, we're here on a Wednesday evening shooting our pregame show, and it's Wednesday Night Wings at the Wolverena. Talk about this great program that the Boosters have going.
Started a couple weeks ago, Wolverine Wing Night every Wednesday at the Wolverena, and a little bit of alliteration there. But great wings, some of the largest wings I've ever seen. It's $1 a wing, and to be honest, I had 2 or 3 of them and I was full, but you know, it's just a great thing. They have French fries with them, with cheese, and you know, tonight we have a junior high game, so they're going to sell some other things. But the wings are fantastic. You can go online, you can order them ahead of time. They take charge cards. My staff and I's Wednesday wing night, that's our regular meal for Wednesday. We take them home to the families, and a lot of the players take them home to their families, and the families come down. A lot of our fans come down and get them. So everybody's welcome to come down.
Coach, our crew and I can attest that those wings are delicious as well. Good luck this Friday night against Shaler.
Thanks, Adam.
We'll be right back with more of the pregame show right after this here on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
All right, fans, let's see where the Wolverines stand in the Southeastern Conference. And now let's take a look at the MSA Sports WPIAL Quad A Top 10 rankings.
Again, fans, we thank you for joining us for this Week 3 edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. Again, this Friday night, we plan to broadcast our game on our television affiliates, Monroeville Comcast Cable Channel 13, Penn Hills Comcast Cable Channel 98, and Verizon Fios Channel 37, as well as on our website, woodlandhillsfootballnetwork.com. As always, our radio broadcast can be heard on our flagship radio station, AM 1550 WZUM, and on the web at woodlandhillsfootballnetwork.com. Our radio broadcast is also live and archived on msasports.net. And don't forget, you can tune in to replays of Friday night's game on all of our television affiliates and our YouTube channel. For everybody at the Woodland Hills Football Network, I'm Adam Gusky, and we'll talk to you again next week as the Wolverines return to the Wolverena for a Southeastern Conference home game.
This has been a presentation of the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Watch us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and as always, visit us at woodlandhillsfootballnetwork.com.